can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss you, we eat the your little rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste a must a man to statue. Say me like a catch you, but bigger than a figure you. Take the script of money, galang and say that it's not you. One day the man above end up in my gut up. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. My singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
For me say big up all the charities and all of the giver. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The already promises none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth them rap and they down in a whatever. Member bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the sun man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
How them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Stibby-dim day, stibby-dim day, stibby-dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep. And some informer friend we love like. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for we in Global TV. Check it.
Good morning, and welcome. It is Monday, the 3rd of June. I hope I get it right today. Good morning and welcome to all. Good morning to my community of party, my family members, platform moderators, platform membership holders, viewers, and subscribers. Good morning, good afternoon if you're in London. And welcome. Natalia Freeman, good morning. Beat and Teach. Sunshine, Debbie Jervis. Michelle Lewis Wilson, God Gift. Annie Jones. Rosie D, Joan Brown, Lilith Dockerby, who else is here? Elder Fletcher, Marcia Thomas, Paula Shelley, Jason Kane, Patricia Matthews, Elaine Turner, Beulah, Miranda Roddick, Jem Ashley, Bros, Violet Watson, Verna Adams, Kemar Johnson, Precious Allen, Althea, Tash, Country Gal 84, Miguel King, Millicent Jones, Jason Kane, Rosemary Samuels, Ernestine Butcher, Good morning, everyone. Good morning, and welcome. I'm hoping one day, we always say third party in Jamaica is a long shot. It will never happen. But multi-parties is what really changes your political landscape. Look at South Africa. The ANC, Lanford Williams, has lost its dominant majority in the parliament and therefore will have to join a coalition government with one of the other parties, Keith Salmon, in order to form government. A third party can change the political dynamics in our country. It can change the system of governance. There is a possibility, Andrea, to hold government more to account. So we should not hook upon the idea that Jamaica is a country unlike anywhere else in the world, Joan Bailey, that is just rigid to a two-party unworkable system. So we must look at bigger pictures. There's nothing wrong with a third party. There's nothing say that Jamaica is a PNP or JLP country. Almost 70% of us at home are disengaged from the political process. Therefore, there is space for a third party to grow with so much of the population don't want to get involved with the hocus pocus of big thief and liquor thief, big criminal and liquor criminal. Everybody's fed up of that. Daniel Taylor, good morning. Juliet Cutburn, put him out film. I wonder if you're Everard Warmington daughter, Colleen Richards. She was one of them who was leading the race and birther charge the other day. But all of a sudden, she gone silent. She gone pick war in our department. Some of you may be aware that Peter Bunting was invited to the most recent Police Federation conference and spoke there. Horace Chang got into a hissy fit over it, wrote a letter to Mark Golden, and all sort of conundrum. Mark Golden responded to him in a letter, which I will remind you of. And Cockburn Finn still out there panar hissifitting. I wonder if the people of Jamaica elected the Jamaica Labour Party to create narrative and smear screens and smear campaign rather than actually Patricia Williams doing the job of the people. JP.
This is Mark Golding, President of the People's National Party and Leader of the Opposition. On Tuesday, May 28, 2024, I received a letter from the Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Chang, making some complaints about remarks that were made by our spokesperson for national security, Senator Peter Bunting, at the recent Police Federation conference. Well, I replied to Minister Chang's letter today, Wednesday, May 29th, 2024, as follows. Dear Minister Chang, I acknowledge receipt of your letter dated May 28th, 2024. These were the critical issues raised by our opposition spokesperson on national security, Senator Peter Bunting, at the recent Police Federation conference. 1. The unjust and unconstitutional interdiction of Police Federation Chairman Corporal Rohan James for advocating for compliance with a court order regarding overtime payments. That action appears to be a blatant attempt at union busting, demoralizing the rank and file, and undermining the Federation's role as the advocate for police welfare. It raises serious questions about the accountability of the High Command, who failed to implement the court's directives promptly. 2. The JCF is a paramilitary organization operating under strict discipline where members cannot legally strike. Therefore, the Police Federation, effectively serving as a police union, is essential in advocating for officers' rights. The High Command's punitive actions against its leadership for performing this role are petty, vindictive, and intolerant. This is not just about one individual's disciplinary issue. It is about preserving the independence and effectiveness of the Federation and ensuring that all officers have robust representation free from undue influence. 3. We cannot allow a system where there is accountability for some and impunity for others. Your suggestion that public commentary on these issues crosses a line is misplaced and unfortunate. The opposition's advocacy is aimed at ensuring a fair and just system where the rights of police officers are upheld and where their leadership is empowered to advocate on their behalf without fear of retribution. I consider our spokesperson's remarks to be appropriate and in keeping with our constitutional responsibility to the Jamaican people, notwithstanding the apparent discomfort occasioned to some who would prefer to leave the status quo undisturbed. When in opposition, we are obliged to remain vigilant and purposeful on fundamental matters such as those which are engaged by the situation on which Senator Bunting spoke. I take this opportunity to urge you to reconsider the actions taken against Corporal James and also to address the broader issues of accountability within the High Command. The current approach is detrimental to the morale and effectiveness of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. We must work together to develop policies that enhance public safety while always respecting the rights and welfare of those who serve. Yours sincerely, Mark Golding, Member of Parliament, Leader of the Opposition.
So, Pottymouth Flynn, Van Holness, how are you? Yvonne Green, Lorraine Barrett, Yvonne Riley, Yvonne Johnson, morning all and welcome Iselin Blackwood, Georgia Dennis, Brenda Elson, Mavis Forbes. So Juliet clapped back because she finds something in her department to do. She said Peter Bunting placed the JCF neutrality. I'm feeling much better today, Vion, feeling much better. My nostrils are much clearer now. Thanks for asking. So she finds something to do. Because when she was leading race and birther movement, Mavis Forbes. She did lead the charge for race and birther. So she has said, Peter Bunting, Shauna Smith, place the neutrality of the JCF in danger. Neutrality. How neutrality actually work? Miss Pottymout. Does neutrality work when the head of the police federation stand up for their members, speak out against their administrator, and is disciplined? Neutrality works in this stuff where a staff is being interdicted because the Minister of National Security and the Operational High Command is embarrassed about a public speech. Does that place neutrality in danger? When the court, Miss Pottymout, fail, when the police high command fail to implement a court ruling supporting back payment and overtime payment of members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and a staff has been interdicted because of that, does that place the neutrality of the JCF, Sharon Bernard, in danger? Is there neutrality between the Jamaica and the Jamaica government and the Jamaica Constabulary Force when they have to take the Jamaica government to court over pay? What? Everybody could just stand up and they're going to push and shove and ram raid over the police them without anybody having a voice? Abenasa Cody, how are you? Should everybody be silenced like Corporal Rowan James? Is the silencing, Miss Cockburn Finn, of Corporal Rowan James, does that place the neutrality of the JCF in danger? Lion Fitzbailey and his litany of lies caught out by the public, does that put the neutrality and the independency of the Jamaica Constabulary Force in danger, Miss Finn? The kind of look like, when you coming like religious people, Sanjay Benjamin, want to just go into the Bible and pick out the part where support an argument and only live on dead panny and expect everybody to believe say I saw it go. And the part where contradict on a story, it never happened. Pot him out. The part where contradict on a story never happened. Uno never see it, uno never hear it. The question though, at what point the Jamaica Labour Party is going to stop playing dirty politics and get back to the job they were elected to do, administrate the affairs of the country. When the Jamaica, the Easy Jerk World, well, go on, bro. Only 64 of you like the live. That's what um, the Easy Jerk World is saying. Only 64 of you like the live, and 205 of you are here. Jamaican food. How you doing? Hmm? Only when it suits them come out and talk. But at what point, though, are they going to go back to running the country? Lady Buckdom Ferguson. At what point are they going to go back to running the country? When the central executive of the Jamaica Labour Party called their meeting at Belmont Road or whatever it is called, Blue Wave, it was to put the Jamaica Labour Party PR machine, these critique, in gear to create lies and narrative and distract the people from them doing nothing, Marcia Gale. Because since budget and since them have that meeting, they just cascade from one blunder to the other, Brownman Security 33. Good sound. Them just cascade from one blunder to another. I mean, if they were listening to the people, there are many suggestions from the public, from civil society, as how to address the issue that derailed the Jamaica Labour Party following the local government election. I guarantee you, if you fix the derailment and get back on track, it would do you much better than cascading blunder from one to another. The knife, the sheep, and the goat. Would it be a fair argument, Mr. Finn, to say this current administration, this current policy chief and operational chief of the Jamaica Constabulary Force is trying to silence rank and file members? Would that be a fair argument? And if your response to that is conspiracy and blunder, how would you look at the Corporal Rowan James issue? Don't continue to act like we are fools. Everybody is watching, everybody is talking, and everybody is seeing that there is nothing being done other than creating lies, mysteries, and smoke screens. Even real smoke, just to distract the masses. Since JLP have took up office in 2016 due to the compromise of the political biases of JCF leader. Enough of this cat fighting in public. What the people want from the Jamaica Labour Party are policies. Implementation of those policies, enforcement, and properly budgeted policies. You notice the blunder and the criminal cascade where going in our school, even though them claims that them had a review, it's not really a major story for government. Those are the things that we want to see the government get back to dealing with. The issue of crime in the country, the fear of crime, rather than massaging the figures week in, week out. Get back to what you all were elected to do, rather than just come every day with a different smoke screen. Well, the people in Geneva, the World Health Organization people, them never got it here sometime in this month. And them continue with the argument of a new pandemic treaty. Some countries has come closer on board to some of the new ideas they want to implement. So, as I said to you all, we must be aware and we must question our leaders. What is the consequences of your leaders signing the new pandemic treaty? What would the consequences be to the sovereignty of Jamaica and to the people of Jamaica? Lisa Woodlard Ladrick, how are you? Major Babs, Carlene James, EM, good morning and welcome. So, it is something, as I've said, on the need to write to the government, because very few of these governments across the world, I'm surprised that from this debate are going in at the WHO, the Gleaner has been following the story somewhat. Me not say anything from any of the other them with regards to the story. Me not hear any of the politicians speaking about, because they've sent a delegation to Geneva, Colin Humphreys, but have they updated or informed the Jamaica people as to the duty, roles, and responsibility of the delegation that was sent to Geneva? And is Jamaica one of the countries which have not agreed to some protocol yet? Or we want to know what the status is. Write to your MPs, Marcia Esther Donnet Hamilton, Ladybug, Colleen Humphreys. Write to your MPs. We need to know, Andrea, if our rights and sovereignty are being signed away to multinational, American, international organization, then we ought to know what the consequences are. But no government not talk. And because a lot of us don't know, a lot of us not questioning our government. I told you all to read the pandemic treaty, read the UN 2030 agenda. They're all there. They're public information out there. Hi, St. Thomas. They're on daily. Ask your government, have they agreed to the treaty, or are they one of the country which is still negotiating the new pandemic treaty? And what does that mean for the country? What does that mean for you, the people? What does that mean for the governing structure of our country? Get your pens and start writing on a no MP. It's hard to sit down and write a letter upon your phone. It's not hard to find the email for an MP office. It's not hard to print a letter and post it to the MP office or drop it off at them office and ask the secretary to sign for it. Tony Wright, how are you? So they can't say to you, say, they never get it, and them not remember having that conversation with you. So don't let the opportunity while they are negotiating rights and privileges and powers and sovereignty to do with us. We are not aware, nor is a part of such conversation and tainted Congo. The world is talking about it. Those of us who know of it, the world is talking about it. Our governments, though, not just in Jamaica, everywhere, now talk about it because they're afraid of the pushback. Them just want to take the power from under our feet, Pamela Akola, in the dead of night. And then you hear that there's a climate health risk or there's endemic risk where they have to take more than a right than what they did take where they ask the government questions. When you sit down and don't ask the question, them feel to say all right with everything what them do. When you sit down and don't complain, them feel so all right and comfortable, Darty Brown, and agree with what you do. You must question the government. Young Jamaica claim that Garden House was unguarded during arson attack is false. Okay, if it was unguarded, Young Jamaica, let me ask a question. Has there been a grave lapse in the security, Florence Brown, at Garden House? If you say the claim that Garden House was unguarded, is there a great lapse in the security at Garden House? JC, how are you? Is there a great lapse in the security? You said the People's National Party is misleading the public, Carlene Jones. Have you watched the confused, made up, doctored footage they gave Cliff Hughes to put out? The shaky surveillance video, as they called it. The time the man stood out there based on that doctored video before he entered the building, are there any grave lapse in the security of Garden House? So how misleading God? Did you watch the video? Doctored though it appear. Did you watch the doctored video that Cliff Hughes put out to the public? The video will not try to tell with it. A surveillance footage See how long on a count and see how long the man turn up there so before him enter the building. I mean I know make that the surveillance go along and move up and down and a tremble and a shake. So count how long in turn up out there so. Who has the responsibility, young Jamaica, for guarding Jamaica House? Is it the police or has it been subcontracted to a third party? Who, young Jamaica, did that video footage? Hmm? How, young Jamaica, did he get into the building if the building was not unguarded, Lilith Lockerbie? How we see the before of the fire, the explosion, the aftermath, but no fire brigade. Why you never show us the fire brigade come to make it look real? So to say the argument is misleading from the People's National Party, our the woman name, me not even remember. Let me look in at me. Sorry there. Let me look. Fine. And Natalie Headley, thingy rather. No, Nikita Birch. Tony Tall, Darcy Brown, JP. So to say that Nikita Burchell is misleading the people by saying the building was unguarded, based on the video put out by Cliff Hughes, one could draw that conclusion, young Jamaica, given the time the so-called arsonist stood outside before he entered the building, the time he spent inside the building, while a surveillance camera was surveilling him. Where might that surveillance operator be? Because there was an active surveillance operator, if you notice. Because when he exited the building, the surveillance video, if we are to call it as Cliff Hughes said, followed his direction. So either it is an AI what do you call that same thing? Facial or body tracking. That surveillance can track the body of PPS official, sorry, it's areas, and follow the direction where the assailant is going in. When we start playing, I'm going to count to see how long the man turn up out of there before he go in. I wonder if young Jamaica saw this so-called surveillance video, Delroy Henry. Castle Cliff Hughes calling surveillance, not mobile footage, surveillance. So at the point, young Jamaica, somebody was operating the surveillance camera if it doesn't have body or facial tracking. Would you agree? Me I go play it now. So no count how long the man turn up out there, how long Everard Warmington turn up out there before him run go in, go strike the matches pan the gas with Darrell Bars put down in the earlier. See him there? Him turn up out there. Him turn up out there. The person will operate the surveillance, pull him up closer, him turn up out there. 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 Him a pot up round a bit. Him turn up out the potting around. However, try to open the door. And him push the door and him gone in now. Rena. Thought Cole Noel Williams. How long before him come out? And look when him come out. The surveillance video followed his running direction. Did it not? He not come out yet. Can I go see the glare when he come out? He's still in there. See the glare now when he run out. And the surveillance video followed his running direction. Did it not, Rollit Robert, Jackie Grime? So how this a surveillance? Do we have AI, facial and body tracking, image tracking on our surveillance camera? That person there, what they do the video in, them never say Parliament, the security of Parliament is being breached. Who has security responsibility of Garden House? Is it members of the JCF or is it third-party contractors? Vernal Henry, where were the security during that about 2 minutes that the assailant was there standing outside of the building, went inside the building, and came out running quite slowly with the camera following him? JCF, you say, has responsibility for security of Garden House. Bangarang. Is this the same JCF and them lot we want to go here to go fix? And them want to go behave barbecue? No, so them bright. Good, bright. Keith Matthews. But we see what the real distraction is about. Because he said, a thing when me see them do over here before, when man get into the palace, the well-guarded palace, climb through or climb over wall, climb through window, and get into the palace while your majesty was in the palace asleep. Box your uncle tomorrow morning. Big old crunches of security review. Does this cascading Kevin Blake has anything to do with you, Jeanette Linton? How are you? Wanting to change the security around government premises, security review ordered of some government building following Garden House attempted arson. You know, see where it go? Action, reaction, solution, is it not? Courtesy. Action, reaction, solution. Here is the reaction. A security review, Maya Brown. A security review. I wonder if the solution is going to be Kevin Blake. That we're going to see security stepped up around government premises. around ministries and agencies. Georgia Lynch. Could it be an introduction, Mr. Blake, Betty Lee Gordon, into a sleepwalk police state? Could it be? I'm just asking. Could this be an ushering us to sleepwalk into a police state? Because we have to step up security round with government building and with government officials. I wonder if we're going to pay more to secure thief and criminals. Bad man and police, government and police, civilian and police. Rosemary Samuels, how are you? But let me say to you, on never do this video good enough to fool we are convinced with. Cliff Hughes need to tell us the difference between surveillance footage or mobile phone footage. Cornetta started. It would be helpful if Cliff Hughes, who told us about the surveillance footage he saw, if Cliff could just clarify to us, is that a surveillance footage from a surveillance camera or from a mobile camera footage? Stephen Parkin, Lassam Riley, Lassam sorry, how are you? Wayne Evans. Because we want to know if that footage came from high-tech security cameras that can turn around, so we know the camera can turn around, so you know, but they can walk, go in a building and come back out, Gloria Morris, and follow. We just want to know. Because when we heard the word surveillance, Len McIntyre, when we heard the word surveillance, we automatically think from a CCTV footage. Wouldn't you agree? Surveillance. Darth Gordon. Earl MacLean. Surveillance. You would automatically think CCTV camera. But on watching what Cliff Hughes said is a surveillance footage, Michelle Clark, then it leaves us with confusion based on what we saw, based on what Cliff Hughes told us. Cliff Hughes said surveillance footage he was privy to. On publication, that does not appear to be from a surveillance camera. Who was the person behind the mobile phone? Have the police spoken to the person behind the footage? Or if it is a surveillance camera, has the police spoken to the operator that was operating the surveillance camera, pulling up the assailant, following the direction of the assailant? I mean, something don't add up. Unique Ray, how are you? It just doesn't add up. So this seemed to be an action, reaction, solution. We create the security breach, then we order the security review, wait to see what the new security implementations of this new commissioner will be around politicians and public figures and government buildings. Danet Warner, how are you? So the taxpayer have a lot more coming to pay. Whole heap more. Whole heap more. Them are going to look to protect themselves from other people. Them a security review them building that you can't come make no complain. Them a go line them building with police to make sure them arrest and usher on out when you come they come complain about the disservice or the lack of. So keep your eye on what will come out of the security review that they have ordered. Because we know these people cannot be trusted. They're always going around creating lion mischief, Kenroy Johnson. Was a briefing from I don't see any, Miss James, and the JCF, they always a brief on them Facebook page. The JCF always a brief on them Facebook page. But just like Babsy and everybody, them just gone quiet, so them not in the problem making again. Because the problem with them a walk and create look like it turn over upon them. Look like it turn over upon them, so them not at the time for them something there anymore. All them do them put out a statement. You know, see them put out no press conference. Them same galangin. It's not like them properly come out and address the issue. In the first world country them want to become, you would have seen a press conference outside Garden House with the different high command, the high command of the fire brigade, the high command of the police, the head of the municipal corporation, and who else would be a part of that interview? Some PR person from Garden House. You understand? And them want to say, they want to turn up to date first world country, call a face. Let me see if me read what the lion Kevin said. Because the lion Kevin I talk about CCTV footage to at Cable and HVAC Service Incorporated. How are you? Let me read what lion Kevin said. This was put out 14 hours ago. Gonna bear with me upon my phone, me down if I can. I can put it upon my iPad because them little reading there. Them little reading. Because the liar spoke of listen here. Sometimes I want to cuss, but too when me cuss, certain people don't like when me cuss. Because sometimes when you talk to dunce, You can only talk to them like hug, so they understand you. Try to talk to them better than hug. You're just wasting your time. Like, seriously. All right, so let's find it on my iPad. Yeah, let me see. The Jamaica Constabulary Force. Sorry, this is a statement put out 14 hours ago by the Jamaica Constabulary Force. The Jamaica Constabulary Force has launched a high-level investigation into attempted arson incident that occurred at Garden House, the seat of the nation's parliament. Reports are that about 10 p.m. on Saturday, June 1st, JCF members attached to the Protective Service Division were on regular duty at the Parliament building when they detected the smell of smoke. Wanna follow the fuck where we're gonna pardon. Please, wanna follow it. When they smell smoke. Upon conducting an external check of the building, they discovered smoke at the entrance and detected an odor similar to kerosene oil. They observed a particular burnt plastic bottle on the floor and burnt mark on the front door. Here, bear in mind what he's talking about, the entrance. Hey, Jesus, I want to cuss this morning, but bridle my tongue. The entrance he spoke about. But we're going to continue to read the F reading. We're going to read it because sometimes if you don't read F reading, you don't have nothing to cuss about. Here when the F coming up now. Hey. CCTV footage, yes, as some say at them sister. CCTV footage. Hey, reviewed shortly thereafter revealed that a lone individual threw a plastic bottle containing an ulcerate, an accelerant, I don't know the word when I talk, bros, hold on, at the building, igniting it before fleeing north on Duke Street on foot. The fire extinguished naturally, resulting in a minimal damage estimated to approximately $80,000. Ainsworth. The fire distinguished itself normally. Given that we saw that the man entered the building, him a tell we and said the man throw the plastic bottle. I wonder if we now follow the every CCTV footage. That me not like tell lie now, and if we can pull up Facebook pan so quick. CCTV footage, they said. I know so. CCTV footage. A study Jamaica Constabulary Force said. I would end the Jamaica Constabulary Force. And sometimes it will look like a me just a walk on can news. And I want to show you say, and not just news carrying. And when me see, me I tell you about CCTV footage. The man say, CCTV footage. That CCTV with Cliff Hughes put out. CCTV footage. And I'm sorry. So I let me pull you up for sure. So then say, CCTV footage. See that? See what he said? Through a plastic bottle containing an accelerant. Through it. The man threw it. Hey. Not that the man entered the building, was in the building for almost 10 seconds, one could argue. CCTV footage. On a seat, Claudette Robinson. On a seat, and I write it at JCF, write it says CCTV footage reviewed. Shortly thereafter, revealed that a lone individual threw a plastic bottle containing the accelerant at the building, igniting it before fleeing along North Street. Was that what you saw in the CCTV footage they claim to have given to Cliff Hughes? Was that what you saw? The man threw the plastic bottle, Sharon Peart. Throw the plastic bottle at the building. That's what them said. At that honestly, Jem Ashley. May I tell you no, we don't need to get, we don't want to tell lie. We don't need to get advice. We don't need professionals. These are not the day where you come out with the wimby-nimby lie, where everybody say, yeah man, I saw it go, man. I saw the general say, so I saw it go. CCTV footage. That was said by Cliff Hughes. It was also said by the Jamaica Constabulary Force. CCTV footage, Cecilia Nicholson. CCTV footage, you know. What camera was it? Is it one of them modern one we can turn around? We know camera see, we know say them something they can pull you up. We know they can turn around. But the CCTV where they are watching before he enter the building, and the CCTV will turn around and follow when he come out of the building. Was that the same CCTV will walk going to the building, go show away? The burnt smoke wall. Oh, that's why they never call fire brigade. That's why we don't see no fire brigade, because the fire out itself naturally, they say. They didn't even say they had to use an extinguisher they had on site. The fire, the plastic bottle of accelerant or whatever rant you call it, just out so blow out. Hey, are we a fool? CCTV footage, they call it. Was that video doctored to put image from a CCTV together with image from a mobile phone? We're just asking. Next time we don't tell lie, come try beg help from we. We know how to fix believable lie. Who would walk go to road, go tell them picking a lie there, so. No man, them something not picking a lie. Because if I don't read the few hobnob-ism. This attack on Gardner House, the Parliament of Jamaica, represents a significant and concerning event. The JCF is committed to thoroughly investigate the incident, to identify and apprehend the perpetrator. Go arrest Darrell Vaz and Everald Warmington. Yes, if you not look somebody for arrest, Go arrest Darrell Vaz and Everard Warminton was set Parliament afire. Perpetrator, they said. A senior detective from the headquarters of Criminal Investigation Branch, CIB, is leading the ongoing investigation. Dunce Lacafaloops, Bueller, Paula Harris. Dunce. Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake, Cousin Myrna, how you do? Has since ordered a review and assessment of security arrangement of a number of scheduled premises. We urge anyone with information relating to this incident to come forward and assist the police in the safety and security of our national institution. Novlet Blake. The police, them when you have on duty, ask them to help you with the investigation. There's somebody with a mobile phone in a hand a shake, whether they have video the man for almost 2 minutes, ask them to help you. We never see that every day. It confuse we. The line never fix good. Look like you take piece of crop seeds from the material here, and you take piece of crop seeds from the material there, and you stitch it together, and we can see two different material. Line never fix good. So don't believe that everybody are going to just settle for the nonsense we want to come up with for most of the time. Did you all not review that footage and your story before you put it out in public? Did you not expect that backside whole fool like me is going to have a huge problem with it? Don't you think for me there, I don't realize what I have problem with and what I don't have problem with? Don't you think I was going to have problem with just the word CCTV footage? It didn't occur to you at any point? So may I go question the word CCTV footage, closed circuit television camera, it means. It never occurred to you. So that was going to be a line of questioning. It never occurred to you, say, idiot like me, backward, foolish, dunce, never got school like me, was going to find that acronym to be a problem. CCTV. It never occurred to you. It never occurred to you, say, them silly thing, they rob me. The narrative for the story to believable. I don't know, say them something that robbed me. Up until now, I don't realize. CCTV, closed circuit television. I don't never know that alone. Me are going to make a mountain out of that there alone. Why not dunce? I don't just not pay attention. Me make a mountain out of little Japan that. And I go bring 4 letters to me and think to say there isn't gonna be big problem with the acronym CCTV and add the word footage to it. It never occurred to us that that alone is a problematic part of the lie. It never occurred to us that so they hold them there in the lie, make the lie leak out before the carry go anymore now go. But in that part there, let me tell you how to create crime. When you create crime, you must create the defense before the crime. If you create the crime before the defense, you're going to be caught out. You have to create the defense mechanism and the get out clause before you enter the activity of the crime. And most of them plan the crime, but not plan the defense and the get out clause. So always I'm going to get catch. Have you ever heard of very bright dunce? This is one of them. It's hard to get past certain done, sir. We fool like that where everything we just ask question about because we just done so. And I hit we do when we done. Stronger together. How are you? The crime you never planned good. It planned very hocus pocus. Plan bad. Backfire too quick. The video never touched dot before the word CCTV becomes alarming. CCTV. When you never watch the video before they put it out? When you come say, rejoice always in him. Dwayne Hutchinson. When you come and say, CCTV footage. When you never watch it before, you say so. Have you ever seen the footage of a closed circuit television camera? The fact, and every video named CCTV in a Cliff or JCF, if that is what you're all confused by, Simone Beckford, how are you? No wonder why I know got school valiant to not get the help on the stage. The other the back. So what? What you want with it do? Declare 3 days of mourning for your hand. You're lucky that alone broke. You're lucky that alone broke. Go on like you want to declare 3 days of mourning. You go on like you want to have state funeral for your broken wrist. NIMBY and wimpy. Whimsical government. NIMBY eyes. Minister of Health. Wimp. Like you want to celebrate. Oh, look at Dr. Tufton. And oh, Dr. Tufton, you're lucky at this alone, bro. You're just lucky. Then hope I same thing you want to plan. Because the citizenship argument turn around and start stabbing on and just start walk and drop. So, and there's more to. I wonder why Babsy and Kamina and the rest of them. When the system Matt fall upon his sword, they don't know, I go lift him up and I go drop tap of him, though. Make we skewer the whole of Odo. And can't go, they go sell as, what you call the thing there? Political kebabs. The political kebabs, we call them. This thing never planned good. Yes. Sorry, that was the plan between the Siaga regime and CIA counterpart. A long time, them people here have in some terrible oppression called Jamaica Labour Party, to the fact where them willing to create any smoke screen to militarize the country and turn the country into a police state. But we have eye on a security review, and we are going to watch and see what implementation is going to come out of this security review. I wonder if this security review is gonna break down Pan Road like old Aston Cambridge, like the constitutional review. The old Austin Cambridge of our constitutional review just broke down a road, so run out of parts. Nobody now make parts for Aston Cambridge again. Will this security review be a collapse also? Wasted money. SSL is another. But Nigel, stronger together, is the one who should go under the fire. Nigel is the one who should be pushed in the oven on the baking tray to do with this SSL issue. Because my understanding of what Justice Bax is saying, you, the Financial Service Commission, knew of the problem at SSL for years and should have shut it down, or you going to have taken it into administration and you fail to do so. But if we remember, the Financial Service Commission told us, we warned the Minister of Finance that there is trouble at SSL and other financial institutions. The minister, in his words, never realized or remember about the letter. So with Nigel and them like cahoots now for use the Financial Service Commission to take over administration at SSL, the court is saying no, leave the trustee SSL appoint to administrate, because you know about the debacle for a year. You could have saved people money from going under. And you're the Minister of Finance. I wish the court, Arlene Foster, would have really lashed out at the Ministry of Finance, because they have failed to protect the people. It was that insider information that Nigel Clark gave to Andrew Holness, while Andrew Holness took his money out of SSL in 2021 before SSL went busted. So, for me, Nigel Clark is the one that should really be under fire for this. Nigel Clark, in my view, Althea Johnson, is the one who really should be under fire for this SSL blunder. That's why Nigel Clark can take public money and keep SSL afloat. Because Nigel I tried to save for him skin. I don't know why the court didn't go after Nigel. If that report, when Nigel said he never get, he no member about, but when he finally saw it, dust and everything was all over it. So it's all a con and a scam, Pamela McNeil. Them people here, depend. Every twist and every turn they make, scams are involved. Keep your eye on the security review. Keep your eyes. Keep your eyes on this security review. Keep your eyes on the implementations that will come out of this security review. Will there be a militarization of government buildings? Is this an ushering to a police state to say if government building is at threat, then we have to step up security across the country? Is this one of your security plan, Dr. Kevin Blake? We no need to halt it and redo it over. It never fix good. It never do good from the start. The PR machine of the Jamaica Labour Party is laid bare in front of us to examine. from Central Exec calling on Belmont Road for revive on a PR machine. I be a fuckery and I do beg on a pardon. When you nah do nothing will make sense. How long it a go take for no sister when you're not doing a dime? That makes sense. Look on the two big distraction we now go create because the citizenship argument come a beat on the hard now. Andrew Holness stitching up. Andrew Holness stitch up Matthew Samoda. Andrew Holness stitch up Babsy. Andrew Holness stitch up Kamina. Andrew Holness stitch up Tavares. Who else did it? What Andrew Holness stitch up in a this PR machine were broke down and popped down. Nesta mash up it before Nesta left there. Nesta was the PR for the Jamaica Labour Party and the PR for the government. Who them get the PR for the Labour Party now, beat and teach? Dana Morris Dixon get the PR for the government. Who then get the PR for the Jamaica Labour Party? Darrell get the secretary. Who then get the PR to? Ron Williams. Then get the PR to somebody else. Michelle Charles. A member of Pernell Charles Criminal Organization. Michelle Charles get placed under fire as well because it is said that she possibly have American citizenship and hide it under quiet. Mr. Speaker, not Miss Speaker, Mr. Speaker. Why Mr. Speaker? What is Mr. Speaker related to? Alex Higgs, Mr. Speaker. Who are you? And do you know Shower Tony? Were you a member of any group, or were you a member of any group that Shower Tony was aligned to? Shower Tony was close to the Prime Minister, and I leave it at that this morning. Tony was silenced brutally January 2023. Tony was close to the Prime Minister and a lot of Jamaica Labour Party hierarchy. Tony was close Don Fox. Tony, Shower Tony, who was brutally murdered, who Fitzbailey Herbert Tuesday told us at some point that he drowned in a bucket after he was shot. Given Fitzbailey's wayward narratives and explanation, Tony, Shower Tony, was very close to the Prime Minister. Robert Miller, Lisa Hanna, Carol Douglas, Juliet Holness, Ryan Strachan, Mr. Speaker, Alex Higgs. Who are you? This is where Global TV ends it this morning, this afternoon. Thank you all for joining us. Some have becks up in face, not too cold out there, but some have one sour face out there. I don't know who give him lime and lemon for yam since morning, but the face just make up and sour so. But may I go look at how am I going out there. So thank you all very much for being here. Join us back tonight for the People's Point of View, where we will continue to ask what them afraid of questions. Sonia Smile. Question, Gloria Morris. Them afraid of question like puss. One thing with government, they are afraid of questions because it tell them say people are thinking, people are observing, and people are concerned. Them don't like question. Government, just like religious leaders, benefit from you, the people's ignorance. Them like when you remain in an ignorant state. Yes, ask them question. Thank you all very much and see you later this evening. Respect, good morning, good afternoon.